What's up guys? Finally, the Thor Love and Thunder trailer has dropped. Our prayers have been answered. With the movie coming out in less than 3 months on July 8th, it's about time. People were beginning to wonder when exactly the trailer would be dropping. I even ran a poll, as most of you would know, and congrats to all the players that picked 1 to 2 weeks on when the actual trailer would come out. Guys, this trailer looks goddamn immaculate, okay? They're using the same tech they used on The Mandalorian and The Batman. The volume, which has since revolutionized how films and TV are shot now. That's why there's such a stark upgrade visually between Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, because the trailer from start to finish is just drop dead gorgeous. So many things to discuss, like what brings Thor to Olympus, what other gods are we going to be seeing, what's going on with New Asgard, how does Jane even become the mighty Thor, and most importantly, where is that man Gore at, okay? So we're gonna go over all that. I'll give my thoughts on some of the interesting things I saw and some predictions. But before we get into any of that, make sure to support your boy by hitting that sub button, turn on your notifications so YouTube can stop putting the fucking cloak of invisibility on my uploads, leave a thumbs up, follow my social medias, like, retweet, all that good stuff. Let's all try real quick and look into the eyes of the ones we love. Okay, now that that's over, let's get into it. So first off, I love the running intro. It reminded me heavily of The Lion King. I think that was actually Chris Hemsworth's kid, so that's nice to see that. And we got Teen Thor with the classic comic look. Always love seeing these. Even when the new suits take inspiration from the classic look, seeing the legit cloth look is always a treat. We see Thor in just the most beautiful sunset, putting Stormbreaker to rest in the soil, and with the new goal of finding out who exactly he is. So I'm assuming that in Ragnarok, that was the start of a journey of self-discovery. Thor figured out who he was as a god in that movie, and now he'll learn who he is as a person, which is so interesting. And actually, Thor is in such an insane spot when you think about it, because Hemsworth is still relatively young, like he's about to be 40, and I'm pretty sure he'll probably look the way he does, more or less, over the course of the next 20 years. And he's playing a character that can last for eons, literally till the end of time, if we're going by the comic this movie is based on, which this is the MCU, so we're not. Actors aren't immortal and don't live forever, in fact. But in the case of Chris Hemsworth's Thor, I can 100% see them keeping him around till he's like 60, and he'd actually be able to grow into King Thor from the comics. So it's interesting to see just how they'll use his character and where exactly they'll place him from now on, because I think they'll more than likely have Jane be the Thor for Earth, but I feel like Thor will go more cosmic and be more space-bound after this movie in particular and have a new purpose. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I love Thor's hat as well, and I'm assuming we'll be getting a pretty hilarious training montage. We see Thor with the Guardians probably displaying his new fit look, his new gains, and Peter is just not having any of it. And if you notice, Thor's not feeling this mission at all, and it looks like he dips. But I noticed that the aliens here look pretty damn close to the aliens in the first issue of the God of Thunder arc, where Thor's on this planet and he finds out that they don't have any gods, and so he sets out to find their gods for them, and he sees that they've all been butchered by, of course, Gore the God Butcher. So the next we see Thor, he's with Korg, and it seems like this whole scene could very potentially be eligible for the Marvel misdirect category, okay? It looks like they probably edited out somebody right next to Thor. Who that is, no clue, but if it were up to me, that would 100% be Beta Ray Bill right there, okay? And I'm just saying, maybe Thor passes Stormbreaker off the bill, okay? He put it to rest, might as well have somebody use it, right? And maybe Thor will don a sword like he is in the comics, who knows? But yeah, be very conscious of CGI misleads, okay? There's probably going to be plentiful of them in this trailer. And in the next thing we see is the mythical land of Olympus, and it looks absolutely amazing. I love the clouded look and the gold. It looks so regal, and I really love how Zeus's lightning bolt is like a real practical weapon. They could have just CGI'd an electric lightning bolt into Russell Crowe's hand, but the practicality of it makes it so much cooler. Like, it's a legitimate weapon that you could hold and not just like an intrinsic power that Zeus possesses, okay? And it makes me wonder why exactly Thor goes and meets with Zeus, okay? In the God of Thunder arc, Thor never met with Zeus or really any other gods. He just went to go and check if there were any other gods that survived and kept on finding them being butchered. But who knows, maybe in this story he'll go to Zeus for some help, and I'd imagine maybe for some god backup, okay? And I can't imagine we go to Olympus and Hercules not being there, okay? Maybe Ares and possibly other Olympian gods. This movie has been said to be a mini Avengers movie, so who knows who exactly could pop up, maybe some Avengers. We also see, ripped straight from the comics, Falagar the Behemoth, okay? This guy was insane. He was wrestling black holes just for fun in the comics, or at least supposedly. He waved at Thor, very cute stuff, and now he's fucking laid to rest because of one man, that one problem, that menace to all the gods, Gorr, the God Butcher. I really can't wait till we get into this part of the movie where they actually go to different planets and we see different gods just being taken out. Like, just like the tension that would build just from that, the eeriness of it too. Like, there's this guy, this myth, this legend, Gorr, he's going around, he's killing gods. That's gonna be such an insane feeling in the theater, especially in IMAX for a movie that was shot with the volume. Imagine how good the Batman looked. Now translate that to a Thor movie. That's how good that will look. But it's really amazing to see how much they're taking from the comics. Now let's just hope they take some money and put that in Asad Ribic's bank account, because he's the player that drew this and drew that whole arc so amazingly. And shout out to, you know, Jason Aaron as well. We also see Valkyrie having to deal with all the, you know, nitty gritty stuff, all the monotony, I guess, of being a ruler of a nation, essentially. You know, I really like how New Asgard is looking. It has those, you know, little golden elements to it. It looks like it's thriving, so she's been doing a really good job. Thor legit gave her the reins at a moment where she actually had to be busy and doing shit, so that kind of sucks for her. I don't know, guys, just seeing Asgard on Earth feels like a ticking time bomb to me. I feel like at any moment a siege event like from the comics is bound to happen, although I doubt it happened just yet. I'd imagine once Gorr comes to Earth and, you know, lays waste to a lot of things, causes a lot of damage, I bet like the UN and the powers that play will probably say, hey, we need to fucking get them out of here. And I think a siege event would then happen, but only after this movie. So just keep your ears out for, you know, a siege type event or anything like that that could be taking place. Then one of the personal highlights for me was seeing my boy Peter Quill, the legendary outlaw, Star-Lord, dropping a fucking wholesome wisdom bomb on Thor, okay? If you ever feel lost, just look into the eyes of the ones you love. Goddamn. Shit hits the heart, and he's looking at the rest of the Guardians. It's so emotional. I love that shit so much. This got me so hyped for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And again, Chris Pratt, he's always getting a fucking hate train ran on him for no reason, okay? Mofos will really hype up the worst people and shit on Chris Pratt for the absolute dumbest reasons. Like, I don't really care, like, meme the fuck out of him being Mario or like the voice of Garfield and shit, but I guarantee you, this man hasn't done a tenth of the heinous shit your favorite actors slash artists have done and probably continue to do, which you constantly give them the benefit of the doubt to, okay? Anyways, I really can't wait to see this duo back. They were absolutely hilarious in Infinity War and Endgame to me. And then the trailer ends with Jane Foster, the mighty Thor, summoning a put back together Mjolnir. Now, there are many theories on how this happens. I personally thought they would take a trip to Nidavellir to piece it together, but maybe they go to Zeus for some help with it. And I'd imagine that's also where Thor gets that really nice new armor, and probably where he would get his new battle armor, like from the comics, like how we've seen in some of the promos. And I'd imagine there'd have to be another magical enchantment on it, okay? Because Captain America picked up the hammer and he didn't turn into Thor or get any Asgardian armor, so that's another thing. And also in this shot, we can see people in the background fighting some type of weird creature, which more than likely will be the black goo minions of Gorr, like from the comics. Again, there is some CGI mislead going on. There could be like 10 different people in this shot that we just do not know about. You know, it could be She-Hulk in the back, there could be regular Hulk in the back, there could be all number of characters in the background that we just can't see right now because they edited them out. Again, people were wondering just where the hell Gorr is, and I'd imagine there's a particular reason they didn't show him, okay? And I feel like this whole teaser was really good. It raised everybody's hype for the movie without giving a single detail, okay? I still don't know what the hell is gonna happen. I can only infer based on what I've read and what I've seen. So from what I'm seeing, I'm suspecting that Multiverse of Madness will have a huge impact on the MCU, and I expect come late May or the 1st of June, you know, some weeks after Multiverse of Madness has passed, we will get that first like official trailer to come out. Like no teaser, 2 to 3 minutes of a trailer, and we're gonna get some exposition along with the first appearance of the long-awaited Gorr the God Butcher. And the only thing we've got from Gorr is the toys, and he has no head tails, and they're going with a more human face than the one he had in the comics. I'm guessing to differentiate him from the Star Wars race with the head tails. And also, I think maybe honestly he looked very similar to Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, now that I'm thinking about that. Plus, you know, it's Christian Bale, why cover his face, right? But I'm hoping he kind of like devolves on his quest to kill the gods, and also because of the corruption of the All Black, I think that'd be a really cool thing visually to see. All I know is when Gorr does come, it's going to be insane, okay? And the aftermath will be next level, especially if there is a god bomb and it does blow up, okay? Or some variation of god bomb. So I'm kind of thinking that Thor's role, at least after this movie, after so many gods have died, he'd have to go around to all these godless planets and either bring gods to them or make them, which he actually did in the King Thor comic, which was really cool, and the art was just absolutely beautiful for that book, or at least that specific page. Like I absolutely loved it. I'll put it on the screen. So I'm thinking that might be Thor's new purpose after this movie. Jane will be the Thor of Earth. Maybe he'll create Throg. Maybe they'll kind of patrol the cosmos and, you know, send gods, send rain, all sorts of different shit, help out people from planets that don't have gods, bring them gods, that kind of thing. Thor, the god maker. Let's make more gods, okay? I think that's going to be the new thing, and I think that could be a really cool concept to make a god. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. That's my little prediction. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm hoping so, because I really want to see Beta Ray Bill. I want to see more, you know, divine characters, I guess you would say, in the MCU, like just like these big powerhouses. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that's likely to happen? When do you think that second trailer is now gonna happen? Maybe I'll run a poll for that. I don't know. That's what's on my mind. Let me know your thoughts on the trailer, what you like, what you didn't like. That's it. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope all of y'all are well, and I'll see you in the next one.